Hi, this is 3.3. We're going to be looking at truth tables. So let's begin. Let's look at the statement P, I went to London. Q, I went to France. Now remember, this upside down V means and the V shape means or. So here's a truth table looking at P, which is I went to London, and not P, which means I did not go to London. Okay, so if P is true, then not P, that's not P, is false. All right, let's do another one. Same thing with P and not P. If P is false, then not P is true. Okay, so let's put this under one table. We have P, not P. We have true and false. So if P is true, not P is false. And if P is false, not P is true. So this is a truth table. Okay, now let's look at an example using these statements, P and Q right here. So we're going to draw a truth table, and we're going to look at it logically to start. Okay, so we have P, we have Q, and then we have P and Q. Okay, so P is true means I went to London. Q is true, I went to France. P and Q, is it true that we went to London and France? If we went to London, we went to France, it's true we went to London and France. Or I should say. So that's true. Okay. So let's say P is true and Q is false. This means I went to London and I didn't go to France. And this says I went to London and went to France. Is that a true statement when we didn't go to France? No, it's a false statement. Okay. So let's now put a false here and a true here. This means I did not go to London and I went to France. And this means I went to London and France. So this would be a false statement because I didn't go to London. Now let's go one more. I didn't go to London. I didn't go to France. I went to London and France must be a false statement. So there's our truth table. Now something to note when you see the word and, this little upside down V. In order for this to end up being true, both of these must be true. Both must be true. So when looking at the truth table, all we have to do for this and is look for two truths. True, true, that's true. Because these have falses in them, then they're going to be false, the end results. Okay, now when we have or with this V shape, only one must be true. Only one must be true. Because we're saying we went here or we went there. So let's do another truth table. Okay. Now I'm going to show you while I do this truth table how we generally set up the truth tables to come up with every possible combination. So let's do another truth table. Okay. We have P and Q and P or Q. All right, to set up all possible combinations, what we do is on the first one, because we have two of these, we put a true, true and a false, false. Okay? And then for the next row, we're going to go every other one. True, false, true, false. Now, if you notice, that covers every possible combination we can come up with. So we have two elements, so we go two T's and two F's, and then we go every other one. Okay, so now we're going to answer the question P or Q, which means only one must be true. So here both of them are true, so that's going to be a true, because we only need one, but they happen to be both. Here we have a true, so P or Q is going to be true. Here we have a true, so P or Q is going to be true. Here there is no true, so it's going to be false. Okay, so at least one must be true. Point to the O, at least one must be true. Okay, so now let's do another truth table. Okay. Sometimes truth tables can be pretty big. This one's not so big, but they can get big. So here's P, here's Q, here's P and Q, and here's not P and Q. Okay, so we're going to start, we have two elements, so we'll start with our true, true, false, false, and then every other one, true, false, true, false. Okay, in order for P and Q to be true, they need both to be true. So true, true is a true, true, false is a false, false, true is a false, and false, false is a false. Okay, now for this not, all we do is we take this row and we do the opposite, the negation. So if this is true, this must be false. If this is false, this must be true. If this is false, this must be true. And if this is false, this must be true. Okay, very good. Now I'm going to go ahead and give you your homework. Homework for 3.3 is 1 through 23 odd. Then go and do example 3. And after example 3, do 25 and 27. And then after that, do example 4. And then the last problem is 29.